Hi, everyone. I'm Big Al with Country Music News International, Germany, UK, around the world, here in USA as well. And I'm very excited to have this pretty young lady on with us. She is a part of a group which is the 2023 Country Group of the Year. They just received that from the Josie Music Awards. Christine, it's great to have you with us.
It's so great to meet you, Al.
You too. I was just going through some of the things here that's been going on with the group Southpaw. And it's just amazing what you all have accomplished. Tell us a little bit more about the Josie Music Awards at the Grand Ole Opry.
So, the Josie Music Awards are the world's biggest independent music award show, believe it or not. This was its ninth year, and it's the second year in a row where it took place at the Opry. Last year, I ended up winning Female Country Vocalist of the Year, which was a total shock then. And this year, we were nominated for 7 Josie Music Awards, and we ended up winning the very two that I had been praying that we would win, which was Modern Country Song of the Year for our single called Your Name. And then the big one was Country Group of the Year.
Just amazing. Yeah, you all have done a lot. And just to add to that, and I've got this written down over here because I didn't want to forget it. Uh, you even got into the iHeart Battle of the Bar Bands, and you're the #1 bar band as well. Now, how does all that work? Here you are in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry and playing in all these bars.
Well, we did not win #1 bar band. I do want to clarify, we were a top 10 national finalist in that competition, although we did win first place in the Point Pleasant Battle of the Bands. So we've been in a couple battles and took home a trophy in one of them. And while we were in Nashville, we performed at this great place called Nash House Saloon in a singer-songwriter showcase that was hosted by an influencer who's this country guru called the Southern Fellow. He's going to love that I just gave him a shout out. And we also performed at something called JMA Fest, which is an all-day music festival hosted by the Josie Music Awards. You have to be selected by them to perform at that. And it was really cool. It was held at the Nashville Zoo, and we got to perform all of our original music. And as I'm sure you're aware, that's a hard thing to do for independent bands that are up and coming, to get a gig where you play all of your originals. Normally you have to sprinkle them in with a bunch of covers, and this time we got to go all out and play our full album practically. Our first album was called Unhitched, and we played almost every song off of that.
Just to mention that album, I was listening to some of the music Unhitched.
Oh, yay.
I did, yeah. And some of the most prettiest harmony I have heard with you and the guys. Matter of fact, I want to talk about Southpaw, but I think it was a little unusual when you get your first album. I mean, most first albums are really great. Don't get me wrong, but this one here was just a little bit more than great. You must sprinkled some really extra magic on it. One of the songs that I really enjoyed from that album is "Up in Smoke." That's those harmonies, just absolutely amazing. How long has Southpaw been together?
We started performing, I'm trying to calculate now. I'm going to say, I can never remember how old I am, Al. It's ridiculous. 7 or 8 years ago, we started performing together. Colin and Sean had an original music band that was more of the pop slant. And then I joined as a female vocalist. So we really got to, work on our chops, performing and singing and harmonizing together. The two of them are amazing at harmonies. And then when we started writing country music a few years in, we already had this great rapport between the three of us, where we like to harmonize anything. It's hilarious. We'll come up with stupid jingles and harmonize it about garbage bags. We just can't help it. When the three of us are together, we have to harmonize.
Well, Christine, you can't be more than what, 18, 19 years old. You was awful young then when you started out with it.
See, that's why I forget how old I am.
Well, let's mention some of your contact information. Now, I also seen in the press release, everybody, that you have what you call the bundle, the Unhitched bundle. Is that still available to everybody?
Yes, that is still available. Our record company that we signed with is this year, Deco Entertainment. They're wonderful. They have a package on their website, decoentertainment.com. It's actually DEKO, and they sell our album Unhitched along with a t-shirt, I believe, and it's an autographed album. So if people still listen to CDs, which a lot of our fans do, you got to get that bundle because you'll get all of our John Hancocks on it.
Oh, that sounds really great. We're talking with the Christine 2023 Country Group of the Year, Southpaw Josie Music Awards. So, what's going on in your life since you stood in the circle of the Grand Ole Opry? You got some new stuff coming up. Tell us all about it.
Well, besides battling the throngs of fans, outside my door every day, we are working on our second album and it's almost complete. So we're going to be putting on the finishing touches on that album. I am so excited to share it with the world because I think it's even better than our first album. I think we've learned a lot in these past couple years, and I've really learned how to collaborate with my brilliant bandmates. So we've got some amazing songs on that album, and that will be coming out either at the end of 2023 or early 2024. And then, of course, we'll be ramping up the shows again and performing live music. So people should check out our website, southpawcity.com, to keep abreast of our upcoming shows and other exciting news.
So I know a lot of people that's in music is probably pondering this question. I'm going to ask it because I used to do music all the time. I got all kinds of questions going on. Now that you have won the 2023 Group of the Year with the Jersey Music Independent Band, how has that catapulted you into the music? Did you see a big surge in your music immediately?
We did see a surge in our Spotify streams, as frustrating as things like Spotify can be for musicians who complain that you only make fractions of a penny on each stream. It is a great gauge on how many people are listening to your music, and you can see where they're listening to it, what countries, how many times, what playlists. It's actually a lot of data that you can glean from that. So we did notice a big uptick in our streams, and I'm talking like well over 100% improvement. So more people are listening to it, and that's all we ever wanted. We just want to get our music into your car, into your home, onto your device, and hopefully y'all will fall in love with it.
So tell us a little bit about the two men in the band. You mentioned them, and we just kind of said how great their harmony is. But what's it like working with the two guys?
We all have very strong personalities, so I'm kind of amazed at how well we work together. I feel like someone should do a study on us on how three alpha types can successfully collaborate and work with each other and not kill each other. Sean is an award-winning sound engineer. So he really brings an ear to this that you can't find anywhere else. We're so lucky to have that, in addition to the fact that he's an amazing pianist and plays a multitude of instruments. Colin, too, is a multi-instrumentalist. The guy can play anything. He's a phenomenal guitarist. He just broke his left thumb, unfortunately. So we had to cancel a show for this weekend while his thumb heals. And I'm hoping that somehow it's going to heal like out of a movie and become this magical thumb. And then all of a sudden he's Jimi Hendrix at our next gig.
So another question, I've got to know this myself. We didn't cover this last 10 minutes talk, Southpaw. Usually that means left-handed. So where did this name come up?
It's mostly a metaphor, Al, for the fact that we are the unexpected band in country music, because people don't expect a New Jersey trio to be winning Country Group of the Year, that's for sure. And we've decided to embrace that from the get-go and just say we're like the Southpaw of country music. And my son is also left-handed.
I see. No, actually, I think that is great because, New Jersey. I love people in New Jersey. Been there many different times. Sure have.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you, Al.
I do. I've been all over the world. Listen, there's a lot of great people out there. You get the old snouty ones that don't want to talk, but mainly everyone will help you out if you just treat them nice. But certainly I have been to Jersey, and but you don't sound like you're from Jersey. So you must have been spending a lot of time in Nashville there. You're like me.
That's true, right? Lately, I've been listening to so much country, going to Nashville. So I don't know what I sound like at this point, Al.
I think you sound great. And I'm a nobody, but I'll give my opinion on this music that I've heard from you, and I'm going to give it a 10 plus. And I really think you've got something, and it shows that you win in 2023 Country Group of the Year. Yeah, you're going to go to the top.
Oh,
And
thanks so much.
well, no, you're very welcome.
That means a lot. Aren't you in the Country Music Hall of Fame, Al?
No, I'm in the Nebraska Country Music Hall of Fame, by the way.
That's what I meant, Al. And that means a lot coming from the Nebraska Country Hall of Fame star.
Well, no, not really. I'm from Virginia originally, but moved out there.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I moved out there and lived there 20 years. I was in Denver for about 5 years. Did a lot of bluegrass music, travel. Yeah, played with the band in Canada. So, to kind of sum that up, the reason why Up in Smoke caught my attention so heavy is because those harmonies sound so natural. I've done a lot of recording, so I can hear what the engineers are doing usually. And it just didn't sound like there was any makeovers on that harmony. And that's what really caught my attention. So, I just love that.
Yes, no, that's all us.
Yeah. And just talking to you, a lively young lady, a great personality, everything. So I can see with getting together with the guys, make a great band. So as we finish up, Christine, I always give this to all the people I talk to. Ooh. What would you like to say to the viewers, the listeners, everybody that's going to be watching? What would you like to tell them about Southpaw?
About Southpaw, did you say?
Yeah.
I would like to say, give New Jersey a chance, because I know I've met some folks out in the Midwest who, as soon as I say New Jersey, stiffen up a little bit. And I want to show you that country music is everywhere. Country music is in your heart, it's in the instruments, and it's in the words. And that's all genuine. And so I'd love to share our music with all you folks out in Nebraska and beyond.
Well, I think you're going to be able to do that. And I do want to mention once again the website, which is decoentertainment.com/Southpaw. Pick up the bundle, get the previous album, new music coming out. We'll be watching you, young lady. I can tell you that. Hopefully we can get the guys together and we'll all three sit down and just have a conversation.
Oh, I would love it.
I would too. But I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us here on Music News International. Christine with the group Southpaw, 2023 Country Group of the Year, Josie Music Awards, and so much more. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me, Al.
Oh, we'll do it again, I'm sure. But you take care of yourself.
You too, buddy. It was so nice meeting you.
You too, honey.